G'day, thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I also appreciate that you and I don't know each other from a bar of soap, so let me very quickly introduce myself. My name's James Michael. I've just been appointed to my business team as a chairperson for the Central-Tablelands. So that's going to be covering Dubbo, Orange and Bathurst. My business team is a peer-to-peer advisory board business. Now, look, I don't know about you, but I certainly know that over the last 22 years, across the 7 businesses that I've operated, there are times when I have felt pretty much alone, right? It's been me, myself, and I sometimes having to make some quite kind of tortuous decisions. Agonizing over, things to do or not to do, questioning whether, my judgment was going to be sound or not, or sometimes just, really, really wishing that I could have a conversation with somebody. A number of years ago, when I was living in Sydney, I came across this whole peer-to-peer advisory board notion, and in fact joined a board. That board was chaired by a gentleman by the name of Andrew Smith. I have to say that joining that board was a turning point in my business. It enabled me to spend time around like-minded individuals, sharing the challenges, sharing the good times as well. And importantly, what it also allowed me to do was to kind of give my views and perspectives to some of them. And so it really was very much a collegiate, collaborate, and very, very confidential meeting of the minds. And so there were, anywhere from 8 to 10 different business owners in the room with us for the day, where we did deep dives and got, really into understanding about each other's businesses and being a listening ear, being a sounding board, being, a group of people who over time really came to genuinely care for each other. And so often as not, the conversations extended beyond just the pure hardcore business stuff. And it was not unusual for us to sometimes be having conversations about some things that were going on that perhaps were concerning us in our personal lives. For me, sometimes those were health issues. So my business team is coming to the Central-Tablelands. I'm going to be the chair for the region. My intention is to set up 3 boards, one in Dubbo, one in Orange, and one in Bathurst. And each board will, over time, I guess, will build up ideally to 10 business owners. We'll meet once a month. Outside of that, we also, I will gather everybody together for a 1-hour meeting on Zoom for every second week. So the thing about these board meetings is there's a certain routine that we stick to. It's a formula that Andrew has developed over the years that we absolutely know works, right? And it works on the premise that, and it's around the purpose of the business, right? It's business built better together. I mean, you've probably got some insight into that in terms of what I've shared with you about it already, right? But business built better together, right? And so there are some core things that we focus on during our day together. So first of all, it is a focus on members. It's not about me. It's not about me being clever. This is not some kind of training event. It's not a workshop or anything of that nature. It really is a focus on each and every one of you and your businesses. And within that focus then, there's a definite focus on growth. Right? What are the things that are happening or not happening? What are the things that you're enjoying, or what are the things that are hindering your growth right now? Of the things that are working for you, what can the rest of us in any way emulate? What can we learn from you? Where there are challenges, what suggestions can we make towards you? Right? There's also a very, very strong focus on accountability. Right, it's all well and good to have a gab fest, get together for the day and have a bit of a yarn. But if we then go away and do nothing with that, then what was the point, right? And so these advisory board days are very much focused on making sure that each of us is holding the other accountable. Ultimately, obviously, my job as chair is to make sure that everybody's being held accountable and that we're all doing what it is that we said that we would do. And so that takes us to the last one. It's a focus on action. Right, very much a focus on not coming and having a chat. This is not a networking meeting, right? This is not some exercise where we're all swapping business cards and we're all trying to do business with each other. It's not that, right? It's not a networking meeting. It's very much about what are we doing in our business today that we need to do more of, less of, differently or better, and what action are we going to put in place around that. So look, I just wanted to give you a bit of an overview. Andrew and I are actually going to be running an information day or an introductory meeting day. It'll be held here in Orange. That's going to be on August the 4th. My intention is to then have our first board meeting on August the 25th. At the moment, the plan is to have that in Orange because I'm not sure that I'm going to have necessarily enough people in the other 3 towns. And so, that's the intention at this point in time. So look, thanks so much for investing the time that you have listening to this and watching this. I do very much appreciate it. Business can be lonely and business ownership can be lonely. It can certainly be lonely for those of us that are out here in the regions. And so I'd very much invite you, please, come along, have a look at the introductory day. It will be a whole day. Andrew will be chairing it. You'll see just how vibrant the meetings are and how powerful and how effective the meetings are. And from there, you get to make a decision whether it's something that you want to invest in, both in terms of time and obviously, investing some money. It's a very, very powerful process. I promise you that. Thanks again for watching. I'm going to put some links into the comments below here that you can use to follow. You can go to the website. You can express interest in coming along to the introductory day, and then we can take things from there. Alrighty, cheers for now. Bye-bye.